G'day guys, I'm just here with your Zululand gelding. So today's going to be his fourth ride. So fourth ride for me and where he's with his education is going to be his first ride outside in my arena. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give him a brief ride in here and then we're going to go out into the arena and you're going to see him having his first experience with someone on his back out there in the open. So what I thought I'd start the video off as with me doing is me sort of showing some desensitizing. So I've just saddled him up now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move him around, but I'm going to use the bag as an impulsion tool. So, you know, I suppose some people have seen the stick and bag. All it is something that's an object that makes a funny noise and moves in a funny way that the horse might not have seen before. So my goal is, whilst I'm using this as an impulsion tool, I'm also going to be using it to desensitize him, move his hindquarters around, and get him to face up to me. So whilst he might have a natural sort of fear of it, which means he'll want to move forwards, I'm going to keep sort of nagging him with it, as in I'm just going to keep moving it around until he starts to be desensitized to it. When he stands still and stops moving his feet, I'm going to take the stimulus away to reward him for standing still. Now I've done this drill with him a few times before, so we'll see if he actually moves off. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wave it around here. Because he's had this drill done before, you can see he's pretty desensitized to the bag. So this is sort of what I want, what I want from him. I want to be able to pick up a scary object and start moving it around him. I want his response to be to relax and stop moving his feet. So because he's not moving his feet around at the moment with the stick and bag, I'm just going to desensitize him with it, touch him all over his body, find any sort of touchy spots or sticky spots. I'm then going to actually do my groundwork using another tool, which is the stick and string. So I just want to test him today to see if he wants to move off when all of a sudden I pick up this bag and start making a bit of movement with it, a bit of noise. Good boy. And see what his response is. So it's good that he's now desensitized to it and he's looking to stand still. So I'll just sort of, like I said before, I'll just move this all over him, touch him over some parts that are generally quite sort of sensitive for a horse. So, you know, your flanks, underneath his belly, his elbows there. You see he had a bit of a reaction there, so he might just sort of work on that little area just to touch him with the bag, just to desensitize that area from touch. You know, last thing you want is for him to go into a racing stable and have the staff bend down to get the girth, or bend down to start picking up his feet, touch him on the elbows there and have him worry about it and have a response that might get him or the handler hurt. So, like I said, you know, I'm just looking to try and find any sort of touchy spots in him. And if I do, I'm going to look to work on that. So once I've flicked him all over the body with the bag, I'm then going to start bringing the bag up where I'm going to be sitting. Last thing I want is to climb onto a horse's back and have the horse afraid of movement and noise and having an object up above their eye line, above their back. As you can imagine, there's nothing worse than a horse that's going to be afraid of you sitting on their back. So I'm going to be using the stick and bag just to sort of move it and make some noise up where I'm going to be sitting, just to have him desensitized to any movement, any sort of foreign noise, and sort of for him just to see the bag come into his vision and out of his vision above his back. Good boy. So he's done that really well. So what we're going